everyone, to episode 428 of The Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular podcast, swolecast, broadcast, brocast, beardcast, haircast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. And if you can see right here, I've got two of them. Yeah, thing one and thing two. Getting swole AF.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Up on your grill piece. Welcome everybody to episode 428 of the Daily Mother Swole. Thank you for joining me live here on Facebook every day at 12 noon Eastern Time. Thanks for watching on YouTube and listening to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Episode 428 of the Daily Nut Job. The Daily Swole. So come on in. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like and share this broadcast. Hit the share button. Spread the word. Spread the gospel of sick fucking gains. Let's throw some SFGs around today on a cloudy, nice, I don't know where you are, but a nice Saturday. It's Saturday all the same. Let's talk a little bit about motivation. Let's talk a lot about it. Let's talk about motivation and motivating others. And a lot of you are in a similar situation when you are dealing with a spouse, husband or wife, a boyfriend, girlfriend, a close friend, a daughter, a son, someone who does not have their shit together, whether or not it's fitness, doesn't matter necessarily if it's bodybuilding, if it's exercise, it could be with other things, but you are trying to motivate them, maybe motivate them to lose weight, maybe encourage them to, get started. And that motivation, if you follow my stuff for any couple weeks, you know how I always say motivation is bullshit, and it is. Motivation is a crock of shit. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I kind of do say it doesn't exist, but obviously you can define it. You can look it up on Wikipedia, you can get a definition and say, oh, this is what motivation is. But what I say, when I say motivation is bullshit, what I mean by that is that it should not be the focus. It should not be what you're striving for. It should not be what you're looking for. It should not be the vernacular. It should not be the definition that your brain is processing. So when you think of a word, in your head, you might want to put earmuffs, Eric, because I'm not censoring shit. When you think of a word in your head, you're going to have all the associations of that word come rushing in. Everything's going to come rushing in. You're going to be thinking about feeling good. You're going to be thinking about being happy. You're going to think about being excited. You're going to think about being up, 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 up. But that's not how the world works. That's not how the world works. You're never going to be feeling good all the time. You're never going to be feeling happy all the time. You're never going to be feeling amped up to go, get fucking. You're never going to feel like that all the time. And when you watch The Daily Show, when you watch your favorite movie scene, when you listen to your favorite song, you want that feeling. You expect that feeling to come. You expect to have that feeling. You expect to be jacked up. You expect to be amped up. You expect to be doing, training, fucking going to the gym and crushing at a high level. And that can lead to injury, that can lead to overtraining, and that's going to lead to a lot of failure. That's going to lead to a lot of falling short because you're associating positivity, you're associating your success with training, you're associating your, I would say your success with training with an emotion. And you're not always going to have that emotion. You're not always going to have that up top. And actually very, very rarely will you. And I know a lot of you'll hear a lot of bullshit out there. You'll hear a lot of bullshit, attack the day, carpe diem, all this stuff. Yeah, that's just a motivational mumbo jumbo. You need to set systems in place and you need to be disciplined and to do. And you need to it's okay to be in a good mood. It's okay to be excited. It's okay to have that feeling of motivation, but that's going to come from a place where that surface emotion motivation isn't a concern. It's coming from someplace a lot deeper. So getting back to motivating others or inspiring others, how is that even possible? Of course it's possible. You'll watch this, you get freaking amped up, you're like, I'm going to fucking lift some weights. I'm going to get pumped. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to listen to old Papa Swole. I'm going to make a difference. But then all of a sudden you don't get online, you don't watch the show, you don't follow the podcast for, a week or two, and then you fall off track and then you go down, go back to your old ways. That's what it's like when you try to inspire other people, because you're going to push people. It's going to seem pushy. You're going to get a lot of resistance. You cannot encourage someone or pressure someone to lose weight or to change their life. You can't. A lot of people do. Or a lot of people feel like they're being pressured by their spouse or by their parents or friends. And the reason why someone might feel pressured is because they're pressuring themselves. They know they should. They feel the pressure because inside their own internal monologue, they're saying it to themselves. They're talking to themselves, saying that I need to make these changes. And that's why they might get defensive if you bring it up, because they know deep down they just haven't wanted to start. They know they're making excuses. They know they're being lazy. They know they're not, doing what needs to be done. So they'll deny it. They'll get defensive, and it could turn into an argument. It's very, very hard to instill that in someone else. So my recommendation, from a couple angles, because there's 2 points. When you motivate other people, it's exhausting for the motivateur, and you need to lead by example. So 2 things. If you're constantly, and this goes back to the conversation we had the other day about the training industry and the fitness industry, that motivating someone or teaching, it's very, very exhausting. When you're teaching other people, it's exhausting. When you're motivating or inspiring or trying to get people excited, it's exhausting. It's draining. So I have systems and inspiration coming from deep within, which is why I can do this type of stuff every day. Not everyone can, or not everyone can and do it sustainably because they falter. It is something that needs to be ingrained, that needs to be created through systematic execution to become habit and become more who you are. If you are, I would say, not truly living your purpose, not truly teaching or educating or inspiring in your field of your own personal, real true passion, you're going to feel very drained and exhausted. If you're not able to spread your wings and do it with your own, I would say at your own pace, if you're working for someone else and you're following instructions, you feel boxed in. It's one of those situations where a lot of teachers get burnt out. A lot of personal trainers get burnt out. A lot of people that are, leaders of men and women, management positions, you can get burnt out because you're always trying to rah. Let's go, you can do it. And it's that excitement you'll see at these corporate events where everyone's cheering, wow, get them amped up. And then what happens right after? Boom, crash. It's an emotion. It's that fluff. That doesn't build long term. It has to start at a foundational level. It has to start at a foundational level where you're creating something. You're creating the belief. You're creating the framework, and you create the pattern. You create the system and the pattern that you can just churn through, regardless of whether you're feeling happy, sad, mad, glad. It doesn't matter. You are doing A, B, and C, and you're going to get results. And it comes down to that with your training. It comes down to that with what you do in the gym. It comes down to that with your family. It comes down to that when you are trying to bring fitness, health, wellness to your family or to your spouse. You're gonna get a lot of pushback. A lot of people, a lot of men and women, they fight because one person falls in love with working out and knows that the benefits and sees the benefits and loses some weight, builds some muscle, and you want your partner to do it. Like, hey, come to the gym with me. Come to the gym with me. I don't want to gym. You don't love me the way I am. I don't feel like it. I don't want to. It's hard to tell sometimes someone what to do or to encourage them because you get defensive. You feel like they're nitpicking or criticizing you in that sense when it's actually the best thing that you could ever do for yourself, but you're just, acting defensive about it. So a lot of couples have that bullshit when everyone should be exercising, everyone should be taking care of their bodies, but it's the approach to it. So you have to lead by example. My best recommendation, instead of trying to motivate other people, try to inspire other people, just do. Just do. Put your voice out there if it comes to that. But you need to lead, you need to do, and then people follow because they see the action. They see that there's no hypocrisy. They see you doing the act. They see you doing, the system. They see you doing the work. They see you performing. They see you going to the gym, getting up at 5 and going to the gym. They see you eating the right foods and making better choices when you go out and not eating the crap. And they want to be a part of that, but you have to, put your hand out there and let the cat or the dog come over and sniff it. You can't just go try to grab and be like, love me, and like pet it. You have to let the person come to you. And it comes that way with education, and it comes that way with people close to you. But you'll find this big time if any of you are out there, if any of you are educators or teachers or you teach sports teams or something. It can be very draining. It can be very draining to try to pull people with you. Okay, that's why you have to lead. Don't pull people, bring people. And lead by example. Do the work, do the ABC, walk the path. Walk the path and let people see the benefit of coming with you and joining you on the journey. That's literally what it is. So instead of trying to motivate people, instead of trying to push your spouse, push your husband, push your daughter, allow them to join you. Allow them to see the benefits in your life. Just do you, and people are going to want to be around you. They want to be around your positivity. They want to be around your healthy, experiences. Your, eating better, going to the gym. Some of you, and leave a comment below, you might have done that. You might have focused on your own stuff and focused on your training and focused on your food. And then all of a sudden your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife is like, hey, I want to go with you tomorrow. It'd be fun. You're like, okay. In your head, you're like, yes. Sure, you can come if you want. Yes. Leave some comments if you've ever had that feeling. But yeah, but that's what happens. That's what happens. People want to have what you have. Maybe they want to be inspired, but they don't want to be told. No one wants to be told that do this because what you're doing is wrong. No one wants to hear that. And when someone isn't exercising, someone's not in fitness, someone doesn't have their systems in place, they're not, seeing results, they're not doing what you're doing, they have that internal conversation with themselves. They're already beating themselves up. They're already having that conversation with like, man, you got to work out. Oh, how come I don't feel like it? Oh, I got to do that today. Oh man, I really got to change my life. And then you're saying, you should really start working out. Why don't you come with me? Come on, start to. Like, no, I don't feel like it. Stop pushing me. Blah, blah. And it becomes like an argument. But they're having this with themselves, already having this conversation in their own mind. So motivating others, understand that it takes a lot of passion to inspire, to motivate, if you want to use that word, other people. It's very draining. It's exhausting. So it's a double-edged sword. You can be affecting yourself by trying to push other people. And also, you're not going to get the same result. So my question to you is, what do you do? Are you a pusher or do you lead by example? So you can drop in the comments below. Do you lead by example? What is your experience of what I'm talking about? Are you someone that for a living needs to lead people? Are you a teacher? Are you a coach? Are you a personal trainer? What do you do for work? Are you leading others? If you're a family man or woman, you're a leader. You're a leader of your family. What are you doing to lead by example? And what can you do better? So what are you doing to lead by example, and what can you do better? Because this whole discussion about motivation, discipline, emotion, this is real. This is every fucking day. So I want you in the comments below right now. I want you to like, I want you to share this with someone, I want you to tag someone in the comments, but I want you to write down below what you are doing to lead others. Are you in a position of where you're forced to lead and you're in that position? And what are your experiences with what we just talked about today? So make sure that you are doing you. Be selfish, do you, lead by example. That's goal for today. Thank you for joining me for episode 428 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swole cast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Thanks for joining me live every day at 12 noon Eastern time. Catch them all on YouTube. Listen to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. If you're not following me already on Instagram, Swolenormous, over on Instagram and on the Instagram stories, don't miss me over there. IG, screen name, Swolenormous. Peace, McGeese, deuce, Magoose. I'll see y'all tomorrow for episode 429.